Now you might notice I've got other things over here because the other thing that I am looking at getting ready today is butternut squash soup, which is one of our winter favorites. And I'm making a large batch. I like throwing a sweet potato and an acorn squash into it because it changes the flavor a little bit. The sweet potato adds a little bit of additional sweetness. It's got more. And this is going to be super easy to do too. You take your good big knife. You can like slam it down, but I don't like slamming it down. Essentially, because this is what most people complain about, is that getting squash into an edible form is difficult. But if you take a really big knife, we're essentially going to score it. Then it'll split open. I say that, but I can hear it. And you'll notice I have not peeled this at all because, again, oh, did you hear that crack? Squash is hard. That's why people don't like doing things with it. Nobody likes doing hard things. But it'll split apart. And all we're going to do is we're going to scoop the seeds out. I've got I have the bacon ovening up. I have the oven warming up to bake. And we're going to let the acorn squash is a little bit harder. It doesn't really have a good flat base. We're going to split it open. We'll take the seeds out and then we're going to roast it. And when it's done roasting, we're just going to scoop out its insides. So it's there we go. Going to add a nice flavor layer component. The sweet potato is just going to get roasted whole. All right. Maybe I will. I'm not sure if my countertop is rated for this kind of force, but if you didn't get your workout in, I did. And today was arm day. The kitchen is a good place to do that. All right. So now I have my acorn squash. I'm going to get the seeds scooped out of there. We're going to get it put into the oven. That's going to bake for 30 to 45 minutes. So to test it, all I'm going to do is take a spoon. And I'm going to come in just at one of the edges and see if it starts slipping away. We are going to put these in with some stock. So if they're not completely soft, that's okay. They'll have an opportunity. We just want to roast them enough so that when we put the spoon in, it will pull that flesh away from the skin. And then we'll scoop it out into a stock pot and we'll make our soup. So I won't keep you guys for all of that. We've already run a little bit longer than I normally do, but I really wanted to bring you guys along when I'm doing some more of my big meal prep because it's really not that hard. It doesn't take that long. But then this is going to make enough butternut squash soup that we will have 4 or 5 dinners out of it. And I will end up canning some of it so that we don't have to have all of that this week. We can have it over the next month or two. And if you get yourself set up to be able to do these things a little bit at a time, eating fresh, eating healthy, having real control over what is in your food, it's so easy and it's so helpful for our health. So thank you guys if you stayed with me the whole time. We're almost 40 minutes in, but we're going to wrap it up right here. I'm going to finish getting this baked off. And you know what? We'll come back and I'll show you how I get the soup canned up. So thank you guys so much. I love you, and we'll see you later. All right. So if you follow along with me on social media, I started this live over there, and I'm getting ready to make some butternut squash soup to go through. So I got these ready, which really just meant splitting them in half, brushing them down with a little bit of olive oil. I've got some herbs and salt on there, and then I roasted them for 45 minutes-ish at about 350. And you can see that really hard skin just peels away now. And so I'm just peeling it off and putting all of my, I guess I could do this over here, flesh from the gourds into a stock pot. So using a spoon to break apart and peel that skin off, so much easier. to go in on some of the other spots. So I'm just going to peel all of this and get it put into my soup pot, and then I'll update you in a little bit.